Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this right here is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. It is Friday, December 10th, 2021. My hair is a mess. Look at that. And I go live looking like this? What am I thinking? Happy Friday to you. How's everybody doing? You are tuned in live in living color to one and only Tom Clark's Main Event. This is episode number 252. Let's get the banners banning and let's get the ticker ticking. Let's do what we do, baby. This is who he is. This is what we do. My name's Tom. If you've never watched the show before, welcome. We appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us. We promise you to be objective as much as we possibly can. We promise you that you'll have a bit of fun. We promise that we take all sorts of questions all through the entirety of the show. And we promise you that we will open the floor at the end where you can hit me with whatever thing you have. And man, I am fuzzy again. What is going on with the cam? I'm working on some new sound bites, by the way. I've got a new one teed up today. Is that better? She's trying, isn't she? Look at her trying to adjust. We do what we can here, kids. How's everybody doing? Again, episode number 252, Tom Clark's Main Event, been going live, long and strong and proud and living color since the year of our Lord 2014. We hope you have come along for the ride. We thank you as always for hanging out with us. It means loads to us. We appreciate you guys being here for us each and every week. It's been a good week. It's been a great week, actually. Yours truly has got a chance to decompress, take some time off, last bit of vacation time for the year for your boy here. Before the holidays really start smacking us all in the face. Hope you're having a great Christmas season, by the way. Let's talk to E. What's up, E? How are you doing, my friend? Sandy in Germany. Guten Tag to you, sir. Carlos Martinez, how you doing? Double V, Victor Vasquez, how are you? Jamel in Vegas, what's going on? Shannon, what's up? Good to see you. E's already starting trouble with me, man. I'm not going to have any sort of negativity from you, E. Behave. Play nice. Sandy, man, we're going to hawk some merch today, Sandy. You know how I roll, right? Tim, I'm doing well, my friend. Hope you are doing great. Jamel has grandsons? Jamel, how old are you, man? I had no idea. Congratulations, by the way. What's up, Keith? What's going on, my friend? Yeah, Carlos, we got bunches of stuff to talk about. Tim says we look clear. Great. What's up, Devontae Bibbs? How are you, my friend? I haven't seen your name in a bit. What's going on, Robbie? For the ripe age of 21. Man, Robbie's awesome. Jamel, you're 46. You have grandkids? Well, I guess that would make sense. Yeah, 1-year-old's not bad. If you'd said like 10 or something, it's all good if you had. It's okay. Greg Lancaster, what's going on? Lancaster going to WrestleMania. Hey, kids, if you would, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up and the heart button, if you will, and turn on your notifications. When you see that bell right there, that little bell avatar, click that sucker so you'll know when the main event goes live. You, too, will be ready to roll. And that way you'll be notified each and every time the main event goes live here today. Man, I'm having a bad hair day. Is that better? You think I'd be ready for you guys. Try to look my best. I mean, I got my face on and everything. Christopher says he's heard that Gargano is leaving NXT. We'll get to that, my friend. We got bunches of stuff to talk here about today. First and foremost, when's the last time you bought some podcasting stuff? Well, guess what? It's not too late. Christmas season is here, baby. And you know what that means? You can get you some stuff. Check this out, baby. How you like that? tinyurl.com/TomClarkPods, PODS. Look at these designs. I got a brand new Christmas design. Ho, 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 kids. Okay, come on, man. You can't beat that. Check out that Metallica logo for the main event. That's pretty sweet, right? The TC6MP, that's Tom Clark's 6M podcast. We focus on movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. Yours truly has designed all these big-time fun shirts. We hope that you have checked them out. We hope that you bought you some merch. I see a couple of issues. I might have to go back in a Photoshop and do a little bit of work. How about that? I always like to tweak and make things look as good as possible, man. I got a What's Up Kids logo. Where's the dog? Say hey to the boy. Go with God, brother. Hot garbage. And, of course, the stuff for the 6M podcast. And, of course, the stuff with the Tom Clark's Main Event logo. Dude, we've got hoodies, T-shirts, blankets, pillows, cups, coffee mugs, travel mugs, clocks, magnets, stickers, phone cases, iPad cases. You name it, we got it, baby. We even have masks. We have everything you could hope to find and a whole lot more. tinyurl.com/TomClarkPods, P-O-D-S. Please go check out the site. We would greatly appreciate it. Trust me when I tell you, I'm not going to make a lot of money off of you. Them's the truth. Them's the truths right there. It is what it is. But it's all about getting the logo out there. You can see the shirt, peep the cup. Yeah, man. Yeah. That button's coming next week, by the way. I wish I'd thought of it today. All right, man. We got lots of stuff to talk about. Who has ever bought some merch for me? From me. What's up, Joe in Lakeland, Florida? How you doing, my friend? Ray, what's going on, dude? Ray, didn't I say I had given you a new nickname? What was it? It's not Sugar Ray. I can't remember what name I gave you, man. Yeah, Hardy is, Keith says, I have 4 grandkids, and I'm for good Lord, Keith. We got some stuff going on with Jeff. We're going to get into it. We're going to dig into it right all day, Ray. Thank you, Ray. RD. Ray Dean. That's good stuff. All day, Ray. Man, I'm awesome. Now, if I could just remember it, wouldn't that be much better? Let's kick the show off in grand fashion, folks. Let's talk about the enigmatic, the one and only charismatic Jeff Hardy. Jeff, from recent reports, is doing well. His wife tweeted on the Twitter machine that he's okay. Everything's good. Jeff's Twitter handle, he's added the word deleted to it now. You can take that and mean with it what you will. The latest that we have on you for Jeff Hardy is this. Supposedly, Jeff is contracted through March because of the 9-day no-compete. He will be paid through Wednesday, March 9th, and at that point, he will become a free agent and able to work with whoever he wants. Okay, so here's the thing, folks. I the spaces on Twitter. I haven't done the spaces yet. I've jumped in on a couple. I've not done one myself. I jumped in on one the other day. There was like 6 people there, and they immediately sent me an invitation to talk, and I didn't talk. I just listened. Here's what I'll tell you. No one knows what happened with Jeff at that house show last weekend. You want to know who knows? Jeff, his wife, WWE, and more than likely Matt and Rebby. That's who knows. And anyone else who says they know doesn't know anything. They're going based off hearsay. They're going based off of one guy reporting. I'll use that word. You know what I mean by that, right? No one knows. I mean, to read all these comments online, Jeff Hardy's like smoking crack as we speak in a gutter somewhere. And he's on his last leg, and he's at the end of his rope at the bottom of a barrel. Whacked out of his gourd. Folks, no one knows what happened with Jeff. We can speculate, we can analyze, we can talk about it till we're blue in the face. No one knows what happened with Jeff. We're going off of what we've heard because most of this business is hearsay. Unless you get it from the man or woman's mouth themselves. And oftentimes when you get that, it won't be the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. So anyone that's saying that they know does not know. Okay? We're only going off what we're saying, what we're hearing. Now, here's the deal, kids. Pay attention, draw close if you gotta, and listen. I've said for years that Jeff Hardy could push a nun in front of a bus and he would still get a job. Guess what? I'm not changing that tune. Jeff Hardy will be just fine. Jeff Hardy will be in a wrestling ring as long as Jeff Hardy wants to be in a wrestling ring. As long as he has air in his lungs and has the desire to be inside of a wrestling ring, Jeff Hardy will be in a wrestling ring. Don't be surprised to see him back in WWE. Don't be surprised if he jumps to AEW. Don't be surprised to see him in Impact. Don't be surprised to see him in New Japan. I have no reason to believe otherwise. If I were Ring of Honor in 2022, I'd make a serious play for Jeff Hardy. Why not? Why not? Listen, we talked at great length on this show before about guys and gals who've had issues, addiction issues, personal issues, issues that quite frankly are none of your business or mine, okay? But at the end of the day, if he's safe in the ring, then there's no reason to not take a chance on him. He's Jeff freaking Hardy, okay? Now, you notice I never said, I agree. I think it's good. I didn't say that. You want to know why? It's not for me to say. I'm not running a pro wrestling company that's trying to sign Jeff Hardy. I'm just not, okay? So I can't sit here and tell you the good and bad of it. I can tell you what I think, and what I think is Jeff Hardy's a draw no matter what company he's working for. And because of that, because fans will support this guy despite what he's ever done, and Jeff has been in trouble a whole bunch, baby. People support Jeff Hardy yesterday, today, tomorrow. You know that silly WWE logo? Yesterday, today, and forever. What is it? Now, then, now, forever. That's the truth, man. Flat out truth. Them's some true words. Had I ever spoken any? Brett says he might be back when his boy gets older. Brett, he'll be back in March. In March. If he's a free agent and officially March 9th, March 10th. I believe that. Now, Brett, notice I didn't say, I guarantee it, Brett. Write this down and timestamp it, Brett, because Tom knows all. I never said that. I'm telling you what I think. And I think if he's a free agent as of March 9, he's on someone's payroll March 10. What's up, Brenda? How are you? Mark is speculating, as a lot of people are, that Matt and Jeff will be reunited in AEW. We will see. Jamel, I agree. Some of the comments are playing crazy. I totally agree with you on that point. Robbie says, speaking of Ring of Honor, this past Wednesday, saw last episode of the weekly show. How was it? I've not checked it out yet. We're going to get to a Final Battle, Robbie. I think tickets are still available for Final Battle. Baltimore is like 6.5 hours from us here at the house, and I thought about taking the boy and driving to Baltimore, but I just don't know if I don't know if I have it in me. I've had vacation time this week, and I'm back to civilian life on Monday. I don't know if I want to spend my weekend in a car for 12 hours. That's a long time to drive. Total. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see, man. I don't know. Probably not going to go. By the way, kids, if you're just tuning in, if you will, hit the thumbs up, the heart button, and also hit that bell for notifications. That would mean loads to me. I would be very much appreciative if you did that. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Vic says, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jeff in NWA or MLW. I'd be okay with that if it's a one-off, but I wouldn't think he'd be there full-time for either company, Vic, in my opinion. You might be right, then we'll see him there. But to me personally, and there was a comment, there's been a lot of silly people online talking about, well, why does everybody go to AEW? How come we go to AEW? How come? And I'm like, as a pro who was just on national television, would you want to go to the company that has a national television deal or go to the company that doesn't have a national television deal? Which one would you rather do, kids? Look at it from their perspective. They're trying to keep their name value high, trying to keep their stock as high as possible. It's important, right? I completely understand that. I totally understand it. Timothy says, whatever's best for Jeff Hardy. Yep, I agree. Shannon says, all that matters now is that Jeff is happy and healthy. I couldn't agree more. I got nothing, Molly, about Wyndham Rotunda. Nothing. We'll see what happens. So there you go, kids. There's some Jeff Hardy stuff. We wish him the best here from the show. Always have. Let's talk about Johnny Wrestling. Johnny Gargano is officially a free agent. His merch is now officially back on ProWrestlingTees.com, kids. So yeah, if you wanted to buy you some Johnny Wrestling shirts and stuff and assorted merch, but didn't want to pay WWE for the luxury of having it, you can now go to Pro Wrestling Tees, where Johnny will get a substantially bigger cut of said merch money. That's important, kids. Yes, he is officially done with WWE. Now, does this mean we'll never see him back in NXT? No. Does this mean you won't see him on Raw or SmackDown? No. You want to know why? You never say never. Okay? But at least for the moment, Johnny's done with that company and those brands. However, do not be surprised if and when you see him in AEW or anywhere else he chooses to go. Johnny had a career where he traveled the world before he ever signed with Vince McMahon's company and brands. And guess what, kids? He'll have a career around the world wrestling as long as he wants, now that his name value has gone through the roof in ways that maybe even he couldn't have possibly imagined years ago. So there you are, folks. That's Johnny Gargano. What did you think of his speech on NXT? What did you think of him getting laid out at the end of his promo? I thought Johnny came off like the best baby face of all time. He's awesome. Jamel says, I'm so glad. He's exactly what Vince said he doesn't want, under 6 foot and over 30. Yeah, Vic's got a point. WB still putting out Fiend merch. And Vic, I'm so glad you brought this up. Well, Tom, he's coming back, Tom. Oh, Tom, it means he's back. Number one, they could be right. Bray, well, the guy formerly known as Bray, could be known as Bray again. 100% could be true. I don't know. We'll see. But here's what I'll tell you. They own the name Bray Wyatt, and they own the Fiend gimmick. They could take that mask and put it on whoever they want to. Now, do I know the logistics? And I can tell you that Wyndham Rotunda doesn't own a piece of the word The Fiend as a trademark of WWE. I cannot swear to that, but I'd be surprised if he did. That's just my take. They could take that mask and that gear and put it on whoever they want to put it on. Are they going to do that? Probably not. Probably not. However, do I know? No. Because it's the pro wrestling game, baby. And all kinds of wackadoodle stuff happened in the pro wrestling game, especially in Vince McMahon's company. Alma, welcome to the show. We just talked a bit about Jeff Hardy. From all intents and purposes, from all reports, he's doing well. He's okay. We will see what happens. He will be paid through March 9th is the buzz. And then he's done after that, officially free agent on March 10. We will see what happens. Chris, he's doing a movie, but I don't think it's like a major Hollywood production kind of thing. I think it's an independent film. We talked about it here on the show, I think 2-3 weeks ago. We did discuss it here. So yeah. I am anxious to see where Gargano goes next. I think he could be great no matter what he does. I am anxious to see where life takes him from here. Congratulations to him and Candace on the impending birth, the upcoming birth of their baby. I think it's going to be, being a father is a big deal. If any of you men watching are dads, you know what I'm talking about. It changes your whole life, man. It always changes your life. It changes everything. So, it's, we'll see what happens, but I wish him the best, and hopefully we will see him in a wrestling ring again very soon. Have you heard the latest? Judas himself, Chris Jericho. The word around town is that Chris Jericho, as you guys know, he and Fozzy are on tour right now in Europe. Supposedly he has been hospitalized, and what is being said to everyone that he's sick, but it's non-COVID related. They had a show coming up on Saturday in Nottingham, England, and Sunday in London. Those shows have not been canceled, but a Friday concert, meaning tonight or today, whichever, has indeed been canceled. So we'll see. They were set to perform today in Wales, and the promoter promoted the event, said that they would not be able to perform because of Jericho's illness. So all the best to Chris Jericho. Chris is a legend in this business. I don't always agree with Chris Jericho's politics. That is a different subject for a different time. However, I respect what this guy has done and does today for this business and for the talents around him. I respect his heart and his professionalism. This guy is a legend, and he's a future WWE Hall of Famer. And for a lot of people out there, he's on their Mount Rushmore. So, you know, again, all the best to Chris. I hope whatever's going on with him is, of course, treatable, and I hope that he's back on his feet, rocking out with Fozzy as only he can. By the way, if you guys have not checked out the album that Judas is on, it's a really good album, actually. Really is. So there you go. Shannon calls him the GOAT. A lot of people agree with that. So Ray's not looking forward to Kyle O'Reilly perhaps going. Looks like Kyle's done as well. Looks like Kyle is done as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But Y2J, well, you know, the man formerly known as Y2J, Chris Jericho, Judas, you know, the pain maker and all that stuff. He's Ray, who is on your Mount Rushmore? Ray, do tell. Is it Kyle O'Reilly, Ray? Bobby Fish, Ray, perhaps? Yeah, I don't know, man. By the way, if you haven't checked out Jericho's podcast, it's worth a listen. He has some wackadoodle people on there sometimes because Chris gives platforms to people who, in my opinion, I personally would not give platforms to. But that's my take, maybe no one else's. But he's got his latest episodes with Jay Lethal. It's a good listen. So I endorse it. Go check it out. So there you go. Let's talk about Final Battle. We've already had someone mention it here on the pod. Ring of Honor Final Battle is taking place tomorrow night in Baltimore, Maryland. And Bandido, ROH World Heavyweight Champion, will not be at the event. Bandido has tested positive for COVID-19. He will not be at the Baltimore arena or the Baltimore area event tomorrow night, December 11th. He was supposed to defend the championship against Jonathan Gresham. I believed this was going to be the night that the torch was going to be passed to Gresham and he would be their last world champion until we know what's going to happen to the company in the year 2022. However, that has not it's not gonna happen now, and the match has yet to be updated. And we're going to talk about the Final Battle here here on the show right now. Do you guys have any comments? Do you guys have any comments about Bandido, ROH World Heavyweight Champion, possibly no longer being the ROH World Heavyweight Champion? Ray says he was at the Long Island at the live event and had my shirt on. Ray, picture Ray, or it didn't happen, Ray. If anyone wears my merch to stuff, please take a picture of yourself. I wore this bad boy in Chicago the night that CM Punk returned to the ring. Fisticuffs with Darby Allin. I didn't have a Punk shirt to wear, and we bought one at the arena. But I didn't. So I wore this shirt. I'm like, I'm gonna rep my pod, man. Are you kidding me? So I did. All day, Ray. You the man. Ray, you the man. All day. Ray's Ray all day. Ray, did you get on camera at the Long Island show? Toby says Final Battle is bittersweet. So many great memories of ROH. I completely agree with you on that. For sure. Let's talk about Final Battle 2021. And this looks to be it for the foreseeable future. We've got 10 matches, 11 matches on the card as of right now, this moment. Dragon Lee versus Ray Horace. Chelsea Green and the Hex, Allison Kay and Marty Bell versus Miranda Elise and the Allure in a 6-woman tag team match. Eli Isom, Taylor Rust, and Tracy Williams versus Violence Unlimited, Brody King, Homicide, and Tony Deppen in a 6-man tag. Kenny King versus Shane Taylor, Fight Without Honor. And by the way, kids, they're getting everybody on this card they possibly can. Good for them. Good for them. The OGK, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett versus the Briscoes. Tag team match for the RH World Tag Team Championships. I do believe the Briscoes will emerge victorious in this match. Josh the Goods Woods versus Brian Johnson. Pure Rules match for the RH Pure Championship. Josh Woods has made his debut on AEW Dark. So there is life after ROH. Good for him. Shane Taylor Promotions. Con Moses and O'Shea Edwards with Ron Hunt versus the Righteous. Vincent, Bateman, and Dutch with Vita Von Star in a 6-man tag team championship match. for the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team Championships. That's a mouthful. Get that out. Dalton Castle versus Rhett Titus versus Silas Young versus Joe Hendry. Four-corner survival match for the ROH World Television Championship. I believe Dalton Castle will leave the match as your World Television Champion. Roxy versus Willow Nightingale, singles match for the ROH Women's World Championship. And a 10-man tag to be decided versus to be decided. And Bandido versus Jonathan Gresham, which we know now is not going to happen. ROH has yet to announce what's going to happen. The last time I checked was before we went live here today. But I will look again to see if maybe they have updated and if they've got anything for sure going on tomorrow night. No, I don't see a thing. So yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow night, man. All the best to the talent of this company. These men and women have done their level best to entertain you for years and years and years. Some of them been there for a long time. Jay, as we know, Jay Lethal's moved on to AEW. Good for him. So yeah, listen. All the best to the men and women of the Ring of Honor locker room. I hope they find life after this company. I hope they all land on their feet. I assume they will. There's some excellent talents involved here in the Ring of Honor locker room. We wish them nothing but the best. We want to see Ring of Honor come back. I fully expect and fully hope to see them going live in the living color in 2022. So there you go. Vic says Bandido was at Triple Mania last weekend, wrestling in a 5-way for Kenny Omega's vacated title. There you go. It is a stack cards mail for sure. Yeah, no Rampage spoilers, kids. You give spoilers, you get kicked out the show, and you ain't coming back. Ray says, sorry to say that part of Long Island isn't that diverse. The one in Queens, much, much better. Oh, Adam Cole was over. Huge. Only MJF got more pop, but very close. There you go. Cherie. Freezing California. What's freezing to you, Cherie? It's like 72 degrees. Come on. Come on, Cherie. Don't make me rough. It's a gung-ho reference. Rob says, I saw last episode and all the wrestlers had a somber feeling of not knowing where things would go for them. I really think that company could have benefited from. Oh my God, they lost a lot of ground with the fans not being there. A lot of ground being lost. So yeah, we'll see what happens. People talking about Malachi Black. I'm glad that Malachi Black is moving on to other people, but we'll see how this all plays out. I'm interested to see where they're taking it. It was extremely odd, Shannon, to see MJF getting cheered. Kudos to Punk for leaning into it. What else are you supposed to do? Come out there and try to win the crowd over? That's not going to happen. Why try to win them over? There's your final battle preview, kids. Let's talk about tonight. AEW Rampage, baby. So far, here's the card. Spoil the card, get kicked out the chat. Never to return. Hook. Send Hook versus Fuego del Sol. This is Hook's in-ring debut. Ruby Soho, Todd Conti, and Anna Jay versus Nyla Rose, The Bunny, and Penelope Ford. That should be awesome. Adam Cole, baby, with the Young Bucks and Bobby Fish versus Wheeler Yuta with Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. And for the AEW World's Tag Team Championships, the Lucha Bros defend against FTR. That's a good card, kids. I'm looking forward to that match tonight. I'm looking forward to the show tonight. Should be really good stuff. By the way, Ray, all day Ray, this is for you, baby. There you go. People talking about him. We talked about him here on the pod last week. It's new button time. Who's ready for a new button? Are you ready for a new button? Oh, look out. Ready? I got to tee this up. How do I tee this up? Who do you guys think I have as a new button? Let's make it a competition. The first one to guess the new button correctly gets the button played. Come on, kids. Alma says, I love ROH. Watch the old matches from the past. Reminds me of world-class championship wrestling. Good call. I like that idea. Coffee or pumpkin spice, Ray says. Pumpkin spice coffee, Ray. I tell you this every week. Yeah, I don't have a Mox button, Tim. Yeah. Toby says, let's hear the DMD button. No. Vic! Guess what, Vic?
I'm better than you, and you know it.
That wasn't me talking to Vic. Relax. Vic guessed it right. I did that this morning. One more time. One more time. And with feeling.
I'm better than you, and you know it.
I got another one coming next week. I should have had it ready today, but I didn't. Because it didn't hit me until later. But yeah. So, anyways. Oh, Vic done called it. Look here. Victor, you called it. That's the one I'm doing for next week. So there you go. Hey, I'm not even putting your stupid little comment up. He's a king mixer. You ne'er-do-well. How often does he well? How often does he do well? Ne'er. That's how often. Ray, did you guess it first? Ray, but you got a button, dude. You got a button, Ray. You done got your button, man. Come on. Come on, Ray. Let's talk about ratings here, kids. This week, Dynamite. 872, up just a scooch from last week's 861. Tonight's Rampage, we don't know. Last week's Rampage down to 499. That's actually up. But yeah, there's your ratings, kids. Let's talk a little bit about some sad news here. This week, we lost a true legend of this business, Blackjack Lanza, passing away at the age of 86. One half the Blackjacks with the legendary Blackjack Mulligan. Sad to hear. All the best to Lanza's family. We always say to the family, friends, and fans, in this case of Blackjack Lanza, our heartfelt condolences go out to him and his family, or to his family, I should say. Yeah, this guy put in a lot of service to WWE there for a long time. He began wrestling in, 1961, originally teaming with Bobby Duncombe. And it wasn't until the 70s that he and Blackjack Mulligan began to team up and were eventually managed by the brain himself, Bobby Heenan. They held multiple tag team championships, including a title reign in the WWF in 1975. So there you go. They didn't break up, actually, until, was it 84, I think. In the following year, Lanza retired as an in-ring performer. He did return to WWE as a road agent / producer. And they were inducted, he and Mulligan were inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2006. And Blackjack Mulligan died in 2016. So there you go. All the best, as we said before, to Lanza's family. Anytime we lose someone in the business, it's a bad day. So we can say this. The guy had a full life and wrestled for a lot of years. Got dropped on his head a whole bunch. And he still lived to be 86. That's pretty darn good. You know what I mean? So I hope his quality of life was good. I hope he was in as much good physical health and dealt with as very little pain as he could possibly deal with, because, pro wrestlers never walk away from this thing fully unsinged and unhurt. You always have things going on. So there you go. Molly, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you very much. Alma says, love the Blackjacks tag team. He is one of a kind, truly missed. 100% agree. Now, as a lot of you may or may not know, I did not grow up a WWF fan. I grew up here in North Carolina, which means I was a territory guy, which means I was a Jim Crockett guy. Still am, actually. So my Blackjack was Blackjack Mulligan. I didn't know about Blackjack Lanza until much later as I got older. And it was before my time when he and Mulligan even tagged together. But I didn't know there was another guy running around calling himself Blackjack. I had no idea. So yeah, you grow up, you educate yourself and stuff like that. So Miss Lopez, welcome back to the show. Lanza was a true legend. 100%. 100%. Alma, all the best to you and your family. I appreciate you as always watching and tuning in. All right, kids, let's talk a little bit about NXT WarGames, shall we? How many of you watch the NXT WarGames? Show of hands. Okay. Odyssey Jones defeated Andre Chase in a singles match. Cora Jade, Io Shirai, Kaylee Ray, and Raquel Gonzalez defeated Dakota Kai and Toxic Attraction in a War Games match. Imperium, Fabian Eichner, and Marcel Bartel defeated Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner by pinfall. Tag team match with NXT Tag Team Championships. Duke Hudson lost in a hair versus hair match against one man and one man only.
Tim McGrath.
And if you don't like that,
You can kiss my grin.
Roderick Strong with the Diamond Mine defeated Joe Gacy with Harland. Singles match with NXT Cruiserweight Championship. And Team 2.0, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, and Tony D'Angelo with Trick Williams defeated the Black and Gold, Johnny Gargano, LA Knight, yeah, Pete Dunne, and Tommaso Ciampa in a War Games match. It's like they just took the shovel of dirt and put it on their own creation. It's almost like the Black and Gold was WCW, and they felt the need to bury the WCW brand on the air to remind you all that, yes, their ideas are much better. We can't give the title to Booker T, not from Triple H. So we're going to have Triple H get on live TV and on pay-per-view and not so subtly bring up the fact that Booker's black. I'll never get over that. It was tasteless then, it's tasteless now. They did everything in their power to dump on the WCW brand because that's what this company does. Sorry. Ray says, why do they keep Roderick Strong? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to see anybody get fired. Brother, if I could tell you, I would. Shannon says, I miss the black and gold brand. Sister, you and I as well. Good morning, Linda. How are you? Linda, we kicked off the show with some Jeff Hardy stuff today. It's a shame, but, you know, all things must pass. All things will move forward. I anticipate and I predict Jeff Hardy will be just fine. There you go. There are more releases coming, Shannon. Listen, if you guys and gals think that WWE's done releasing people, you've all lost your minds. They're not done. They're not done by a long shot. So there you go. Let's go to the SmackDown preview for tonight on the Fox. Tonight, live from the Staples Center in Los Angeles, as the road to day one continues. The Protector, she's called now. Xia Li makes her blue brand debut. Brock Lesnar and WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns continue their feud for day one. Sonya Deville returns to the ring versus Naomi. Wonder who's going to win that. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Toni Storm in a championship contender match. Raw Tag Team Champions Randy Orton and Riddle versus the New Day versus the Usos in a SmackDown Tag Team. It's non-title. So why are we doing it? Non-title triple threat match. There's your SmackDown card. As far as we know for tonight, how many of you guys and gals are going to watch SmackDown? I said we had a lot to get to. We still got 20 minutes before the top of the hour. Isn't that something? And we're about ready to take this thing home. Shan says, you mean the Roman Reigns show? Hey, man, if it's working, it's working. Is it still working for everyone? Cherie says Johnny should have won War Games since it was his last and probably his only. Nope. No way, Cherie. That's not how they do in that company. You go out on your back. And, you know, that's been how you do things in this business for years. If you leave a territory, you go out on your back because you put the company over. You put the territory over because the guy you just worked is still going to be there tomorrow and next week, but you're not. So you always put over the last guy. There's very few guys that haven't had to do that. The man formerly known as Dean Ambrose, now known as Jon Moxley, is one of them. But most of the time, you get laid out in your last appearance. I didn't say I agreed, and that's not always the case with every company, but that's how WWE rolls. Just like every time you're in your hometown in that company, you get destroyed. Wrecked. Wrecked, I said. Let's talk numbers, kids. This week, Raw down big time. 1.59 million, and barely got that, actually. Down to 1.68. NXT down, way down from 637 to 590. This was the show after WarGames, and they still did that number. Last week, SmackDown still holding strong at 2.03. We don't know what's going to happen tonight. Rampage is down. Dynamite can't break 900,000 all of a sudden. I mean, listen, this is a niche product. If you needed any more convincing than that, look at the numbers, folks. We're not making any new fans. That's not happening. It could happen, but I don't think it's going to, in my opinion. Anything could happen, right? But it just seems to me that the pro wrestling companies, especially the big boys out there, are playing to the fans that are already in the arena, to the fans who are already at home watching, and that's how they roll. Nothing wrong with that, but that's what's going on right now. Okay? So, take that and run with it. Let's open this floor up. We've got some time here, kids. We got like 15 minutes to talk to you. Let me talk to you. Jamel says, it feels pointless. There's no one on the roster I feel has a shot at Roman, so it makes it boring. Well, there's not. There's not, because they're not building anyone up to be a logical contender. They're just not. Ray says Rampage was very good this week. I'm anxious to see it. I think it's going to be good. The cats, plural, are downstairs hanging out. Rick Thibodeau says, not wrestling related, but did you hear that retired Denver Broncos wide receiver Demaryius Thomas died this morning? What's the circumstances of that, Rick? 33. I saw that. That's terrible, man. All the best to his family for sure. Did I see Kairi Sane might be getting back in the ring? I'm not surprised at all. I hope she does. Vic says, did you hear MLW be debuting Lucha Underground January 6th on Fight TV and YouTube at 8 p.m.? I'm anxious to see what's going to happen with this bad boy. I enjoyed Lucha Underground. It was different. Actually, I did have, and Tim, I'm glad you said something about the winter is coming, because I did have a banner up and everything. And for some reason, I think I accidentally deleted that banner. Isn't that weird? But we'll get it back rolling here. La 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 la. Okay. Why don't we just go ahead and make that happen right now? You guys want to do that? What song is it you want to hear? This moment of typing brought to you by Tom Clark's Main Event. Bam. Ready? Bam. We opened the floor. We opened it. We closed it. It's closed. Stop. Tim, thank you for reminding me, my friend. Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb in a singles match. MJF versus Dante Martin for the AEW Dynamite Diamond Ring. And Hangman Adam Page versus Bryan Danielson for the AEW World's Heavyweight Championship. That's all we know for sure so far on AEW. Winter is coming. So there you go. Aren't you glad we got that? Snuck that in there real quick. Now the floor is open once again. Thank you, Tim. Do I have Lucha Bros or FTR? I think Lucha Bros. Hey, E, I'm not hitting a button for you. Not after you spend the whole time of the show ripping on who I pull for in football. E, come on. Say something nice to me, E. You might get a button. Robin says, I think Mark Cuban should get into the wrestling game, buy ROH, get fans in arenas, and start finding talent to make it a stronger company. What do you think? I'd buy that for $1. Here's the problem, Rob. When non-wrestling people get involved in running wrestling, it often does not end well. Often. Now, I know what you're saying. Tony Khan's not a wrestling person, Tom. He is. But man, find me a bigger fan than Tony Khan. I'd be shocked. Find me a bigger walking encyclopedia than Tony Khan. I'd be shocked. I'm just saying. I'd buy that. Victor says, what do you think will happen if I go to SmackDown wearing my AEW gear and my CM Punk shirt? You'll be asked to take it off. They will come up and offer you a free t-shirt, and all they ask is that you change shirts. They're, especially if you're going to be on camera, if you're near the, like if you're on the side of the hard cam, they're going to be asked to take your shirt off. I believe. Having said that, wear it. Wear what you want. You bought your ticket. Okay. Having said that, they can do whatever they want. It's their company. It's their show. They can ask you to wear a funny hat or not wear the funny hat, and you got to do it. And if you protest, look, I don't think it'll come to that, in my opinion. And for all I know, you'll slide under the radar. But a lot of times they've got guys up like in the booth looking at cameras in the production truck, as Jericho would say, play the package, monkeys, play the video. I'm just saying, they'll know for sure. I'm ready for the New Japan Tag Team Cup turn. Dude, I have got to get caught up. I'm so far behind. We always get the animals some stuff. We got the kitties a Christmas stocking. We got the dog a new toy because he likes to he does do the fetch thing. Lucha Brothers button. Ooh, Zero Meadow, right? Seto Meadow. Yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. I like that. He's now calling himself my favorite viewer. He wants me to hit a button. The cat's name is Tiny. We got 3 cats. There's Tiny, there's Pris, and there's Patrick. Pris because she's prissy. And Patrick because he's dumb as Patrick Starfish. And that's the truth. Hey, I call it like I see it. Anyways. Yeah, it's that's the 3 cats. And then our dog is named Wicket. And I went over in detail about why we named the dog Wicket. Was I at ringside? No. I've never been in a WWE event with another company's shirt on. Usually if I'm going to a company's show, I will rep one of their wrestlers on my shirt. Alma's asking if I'm going to get a new Sting button soon. I don't know. I've got him repped already here. I've already got him on the buttons. You know what I mean? I don't know if I need to change it up now. Where is Sting? There we go.
It's Sting!
How you like that, huh? Huh? Yeah. Well, there you go. Button time, baby. Let's see. What else we got? Toby wants me to hit the DMD button. The cats need to show up to the show. I've had Pris on the show before. Pris, every morning when I come up here to come into my office and have cereal and coffee before I do my work thing that day, she comes upstairs and gets on my lap. She's done it every day, almost since the moment we got that cat in his house. Almost. Sometimes her brother will come up here too, but mostly it's her doing it. So, there you go. Ooh, Tim saying Justin Roberts saying John Moxley. I like that idea. That's good stuff. Here's Adam Cole's girlfriend. There you go. Nice and smooth or EPMD? EPMD. And if Adam Cole gave you and the boy tickets to see the Hornets versus Lakers game and had one extra ticket, could I come? Ooh, guess what? I can't tell you. You guys will give it away. By the way, no, I didn't get tickets to Hornets and Lakers in Charlotte. I wanted to be able to actually go and afford to go and not have to mortgage my house. You kidding? But I did get tickets to another game. But the boy doesn't know that. So everybody shut up. Don't say nothing. I love all my animals equally, E. They're all awesome. But Pris is a daddy's girl for sure. Boy, Shannon, you're right. We haven't thrown that much, nonsense around the show lately, have we? Anybody want to talk about anything that would warrant the hot garbage button? Ray, of course you can. Obviously. Obviously, Ray. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, man, we got some bunch of stuff here. Monday Night Raw. Jamel says Monday Night Raw. I got 2 words for you. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you.
Hot garbage.
Does pineapple belong on a pizza?
Hot garbage.
No. No, it does not. No. Is Cross going to AEW? I don't have anything concrete, but I would not be surprised. All right, kids, we're about ready to take this thing home. We're getting close. Let's get some good ones here before we wrap this sucker up today. Cherie, there's speculation going around about Lashley that supposedly they're going to put the belt back on him at some point, and then it'll be Brock and Lashley at WrestleMania. Maybe they're going to get Roman on to somebody else fairly quickly. We'll see what happens, because all of a sudden there's all this buzz about Lashley versus Lesnar. I'm like, we were talking about this 2 years ago. Where the heck have you people been? So, talk about Damian Priest booking on Raw. That's the truth. Toby, I'm not a fan of deer meat. It's not my game. Aha! Get it? Game? No? No, I'm not a fan. Hey Vic, no need to shout, brother. I've been queuing up your comments the whole show. Don't shout. No, most time I don't cover Impact Wrestling. I have nothing against that company, and I wish them all the best. I'm just not much for intergender matches. I just don't care for some of the stuff they do. Doesn't mean I wish them any ill will. I hope they can continue to grow and get stronger. Victor says, have you watched Hawkeye yet? Yes, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm a fan of the show. Ray says grits or pancakes. Ray, that's not fair. That is not fair. Boy, E, you just pretty much guaranteed I'm not going to put any more of your comments up today. Yikes. Dude, Ray, I don't know. That's hard, man. That's too hard for me. I love me some grits. I don't know if I could give up grits. That'd be tough, man. I love grits. Timothy says Ben Simmons to Portland. Ooh, yeah. Jamel says Hawkeye is a banger. I enjoy it. I like it quite a bit so far. So, yeah. Quite a bit. The kid doesn't care about football too much. His taste changes as the wind blows. He's been through 3 or 4 different NFL teams in the past 5 years. He can't decide who he likes. Gravy and biscuits over grits. I've never had that. I've had them together, but not over that. Interesting. Ash says iced coffee or hot coffee. I don't know if I can do that. That's hard. I think I could give up iced coffee. I don't think I could give up hot coffee. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think I can. The boy's doing fine, Shannon. Thank you for asking. He's doing good. They had their first band thing this past Monday at school. It's pretty good. He's playing trumpet. We don't get political here on the show. I've not made my feelings. I haven't hidden my feelings on certain former presidents, but I usually don't get much more political than that, because mostly this isn't a politics show. This is a pro wrestling show. So maybe that's a road we shouldn't venture down. So there you go. What else we got, kids? What else we got? One underrated AWA wrestler. Tim, that's tough because a lot of those guys moved on to work for the bigger companies. So who could you say is underrated, because they had plenty of time to go work somewhere else? You can't say Henning. You can't say Hall. I mean, you can't say the Road Warriors. You can't say the Freebirds. I don't have much in the way of how he was as a human being, because he wasn't a great human being, and the work has been done by people who were there and have sourced their reports. Playboy Buddy Rose was not a very good human being. Okay. I'm just telling you the truth. Was he underrated in the ring? I believe he was. That's my easy answer, but it's hard for me to say that guy's name because he wasn't a very good person. Where is Bearcat? Ray, is that what you were asking me earlier? I thought you were asking where my cat was. Isn't that funny? Right now he's nowhere. Shannon, thank you for watching, my friend. I appreciate you. What's your prediction on who's going to win the TBS title? I think it's, I don't know, dude. That's tough. I don't know. I don't know if I got one for you. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Soho. I think Ruby will end up with that. She'll be the first champion. That's my prediction. Better wrestler, Hawk or Animal? I'll say Animal. I think Animal was a better wrestler. Hawk was a better the power guy. Well, I don't know. Hawk has some really good matches with Flair. Of course, everybody had good matches with Flair. It's hard to have a bad match with Flair, you know. That's a tough one. God, that's tough. That's a good question, actually. I'm a fan of Thunder Rosa, Jamel, for sure. I'm with you, Keith. I think Ruby would be a fine champ. So we'll see how it goes. Well, guess what, kids? That about does it for our time here today. I want to thank everybody once again, as always, for hanging out. I appreciate you guys very much. We're going to get out of here. You guys go enjoy the rest of your Friday. Watch you some pro wrestling tonight, and hopefully there's some really cool, fun, entertaining stuff that goes down. Thanks, everybody, as always, for tuning in. Thanks for being here for us. Thanks, as always, for subscribing to the podcast. Remember, Tom Clark's 6M podcast, movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more, and Tom Clark's Main Event are both free of charge. I don't charge anything for my content. They're both available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Audible, and YouTube. So go check out the shows. Choked up. For the merch, tinyurl.com/TomClarkPods, PODS. It's at the bottom of the ticker right now to buy you some merch. They make great holiday gifts. If you want to get them in time for Christmas, you better get moving because the stuff is made to order, okay? We don't just have a warehouse sitting around full of buttons. They're made to order, all right? So if you want to get something in time for Christmas, your window is rapidly closing, so go check it out. That's it for me, kids. That's all I got for you. Everybody have a good weekend, all right? We'll see you guys next time. Don't miss it. Next week, Christmas episode, Tom Clark's Main Event.